Tadashi Ishiyama was born on April 14, 1948, in Tokyo, Japan. From a young age, Ishiyama exhibited an athletic prowess that would serve him well in his chosen sport. Growing up in post-war Japan, Ishiyama was exposed to a variety of traditional Japanese martial arts, but it was judo that would capture his imagination and become the central focus of his life. Judo, founded by Jigoro Kano in the late 19th century, had quickly become a national symbol of physical and mental discipline, and Ishiyama, with his competitive nature, gravitated toward it. At the age of 6, Ishiyama began his training in judo at a local dojo. His early exposure to judo was more than just physical activity. It was a formative experience that emphasized the importance of technique, strategy, and, perhaps most importantly, respect for others. This foundational stage laid the groundwork for his later success. His early teachers recognized his natural aptitude for the sport, and his dedication to mastering the techniques of judo was evident from the start. By the time Ishiyama entered high school, he was already a skilled practitioner of judo, and his focus shifted toward competing at the highest levels. In high school, he started competing in local judo tournaments, where his fierce determination, exceptional technique, and tactical approach set him apart from his peers. His reputation as a rising star in the world of judo began to spread, and it wasn't long before he made the leap to the collegiate level, where his career truly began to take shape. Ishiyama's rise in the world of judo was swift, and by the early 1970s, he was already making a name for himself as a national contender. In 1971, he became a key figure in the All Japan Judo Championships, which is one of the most prestigious tournaments in the country. This event has historically served as a proving ground for aspiring judokas, and Ishiyama's performance there marked the beginning of his ascent to national prominence. His career truly reached its peak during the early 1970s when he became a member of the Japanese national judo team. His distinctive combination of technical brilliance, strategic thinking, and mental fortitude made him a formidable competitor on the international stage. In particular, his tactical use of judo throws, combined with his ability to manipulate his opponent's movements, made him a standout competitor in his weight class. Ishiyama's style was both dynamic and precise, incorporating fluid transitions from one technique to another, always staying a step ahead of his opponents. Ishiyama's most notable achievement came in 1972, when he earned the title of World Judo Champion. This victory was a testament to his mastery of the sport and solidified his place among the greatest judokas of his generation. The World Judo Championships held in Ljubljana, Yugoslavia, marked the pinnacle of his competitive career. In that tournament, Ishiyama defeated several top-tier judokas, showcasing not only his technical skill but also his ability to perform under intense pressure. His performance in Ljubljana brought him recognition from the global judo community and cemented his reputation as a world-class competitor. In addition to his success at the World Championships, Ishiyama also excelled in the All Japan Judo Championships, where he secured multiple titles throughout his career. His technical skill, particularly in throws like Seoi-nage shoulder throw and Osotogari, major outer reap, as well as his strong Eniwaza groundwork skills, made him one of the most complete and versatile competitors in judo at the time. Ishiyama's success continued on the international circuit. He consistently earned medals at prestigious tournaments such as the Asian Judo Championships and international invitational events, establishing himself as one of the premier figures in global judo. His approach to judo was rooted in the traditional values of the sport, yet he was not afraid to adapt to evolving techniques, which made him a forward-thinking competitor. Throughout his career, he displayed impeccable sportsmanship and deep respect for his fellow competitors, traits that garnered him admiration from his peers. After achieving the pinnacle of success in his competitive career, Ishiyama made a seamless transition to coaching, dedicating himself to the development of the next generation of judo practitioners. In 1977, he officially retired from competitive judo and began focusing on teaching. His deep understanding of the sport, coupled with his experience on the world stage, made him an exceptional coach. Ishiyama became known for his meticulous approach to training, paying close attention to the smallest details of technique and ensuring his students mastered the fundamentals before moving on to more advanced concepts. Ishiyama's transition into coaching was not limited to just the dojo. He became involved in various judo programs across Japan, working with both amateur and professional athletes. His influence as a coach extended beyond Japan's borders as well, as he conducted seminars and training sessions for judokas around the world. His work in the United States and Europe helped spread judo internationally, as he sought to share the principles of judo and the martial arts' rich traditions with students across the globe. As an educator, Ishiyama emphasized the importance of the spiritual and philosophical aspects of judo. He taught his students that judo was not just a physical discipline, but a way of life. He often spoke of how the principles of judo, such as mutual welfare and respect, could be applied to everyday life, helping individuals cultivate discipline, self-control, and integrity. In addition to his coaching career, Ishiyama maintained his involvement in the Japanese Judo Association (JJA), where he worked to help develop the sport and ensure that judo remained a vital and respected martial art worldwide. He also continued to participate in tournaments as a referee, bringing his experience and judgment to the role. By the time he reached his later years, Ishiyama had become a ninth Dan black belt, one of the highest ranks in judo. He had long passed the competitive stage of his career, but he remained an influential figure in the sport, continuing to inspire new generations of judokas with his wisdom and experience. Ishiyama's later years were marked by his efforts to preserve the traditional values of judo. He worked to maintain a balance between competitive success and the philosophical. Tadashi Ishiyama's impact on the world of judo is immeasurable. As a competitor, he demonstrated the highest level of skill and determination, earning respect from fellow practitioners and competitors alike. His legacy as a coach is equally significant, as he helped shape the careers of many top-level judokas, passing down not only his techniques, but also the philosophies and values that make judo a deeply meaningful practice. Through his efforts to expand judo's reach internationally, Ishiyama played an important role in the sport's global growth, particularly in the United States and Europe. His teaching philosophy, grounded in respect, humility, and continuous self-improvement, continues to influence judo practitioners worldwide. Morihiro Sato was born on April 9, 1941, in the small town of Iwama, Japan, a place that would later become central to his life and martial arts career. From a young age, Sato showed an interest in martial arts, a pursuit that was somewhat typical for Japanese boys of his generation. However, his journey into martial arts took a pivotal turn when he first encountered Aikido. Growing up in post-war Japan, Sato's formative years were shaped by the cultural shifts occurring in the country. Martial arts, particularly traditional arts like judo and kendo, were becoming increasingly important as a means of preserving discipline, physical fitness, and national pride. However, it was the teachings of Morihei Ueshiba, the founder of Aikido, that truly captured Sato's imagination. At the age of 21, Sato, a young man seeking a path that combined both physical discipline and a deeper spiritual understanding, began studying Aikido in earnest. His early exposure to martial arts included training in judo, but it was under Ueshiba's guidance that Sato found his true calling. He became deeply involved in Aikido, moving from the initial stages of curiosity to a profound commitment to mastering the art. What attracted Sato to Aikido was the art's philosophical foundation, which sought to blend with an opponent's movements rather than rely on brute force. The focus on internal energy known as ki and the promotion of harmony within conflict resonated deeply with Sato, and he quickly dedicated himself to Ueshiba's teachings. To pursue this path further, Sato moved to the Aikido dojo in Iwama, where Ueshiba had established his training center. This move would prove to be a critical turning point in Sato's life, as it marked the beginning of an. Sato's dedication to Aikido was unwavering, and it did not take long for him to gain the trust and respect of Morihei Ueshiba. After joining Ueshiba's dojo in Iwama, Sato began training under the founder's direct guidance. Ueshiba, recognizing Sato's potential, made him one of his closest students. Sato was known for his strong work ethic, discipline, and precise execution of Aikido techniques. His sharp focus and ability to learn quickly made him stand out among Ueshiba's other students, and it was not long before Sato became one of Ueshiba's top disciples. During his time in Iwama, Sato was given the responsibility of being the dojo's chief instructor, a role that allowed him to refine his own understanding of Aikido and pass on Ueshiba's teachings to others. His deep connection with Ueshiba extended beyond physical training. He also became a close confidant and was entrusted with safeguarding many of Ueshiba's philosophical teachings. This trust was significant, as Ueshiba did not easily entrust others with his teachings in such a way. As a senior student, Sato gained a reputation for being a fierce practitioner and a patient teacher. He was able to execute Aikido's intricate techniques with great precision, combining physical strength with an intuitive understanding of the art's deeper principles. His ability to harmonize his movements with his partners and to remain centered, calm, and composed during intense practice sessions made him a role model for many aspiring Aikido students. One of the key moments in Sato's career came in 1969, when Ueshiba passed away. His death marked the end of an era in the world of Aikido, and many students of Ueshiba faced the challenge of continuing to honor his legacy and preserve his teachings. In the wake of Morihiro Sato's achievements as a martial artist are numerous, but perhaps his most significant contribution to Aikido was his role in preserving the teachings of Morihei Ueshiba and ensuring that they were not lost after Ueshiba's passing. As a senior instructor at the Iwama Dojo, Sato worked tirelessly to maintain the high standards of training and the spirit of Ueshiba's Aikido. He was known for being a strict and demanding teacher, but also one who deeply cared about his students' development. His teaching method was characterized by a focus on the basics, as he believed that mastering fundamental techniques was the key to understanding the deeper principles of Aikido. Sato's teaching style emphasized the importance of technical precision and ki development. He believed that Aikido was not just about fighting or defeating opponents but about achieving harmony with one's surroundings. This principle was integral to his teaching, and he worked to ensure that his students understood Aikido as a pathway to inner peace and spiritual growth. In addition to his contributions as a teacher, Sato also made significant contributions as a writer and author. He published a number of books and instructional videos that helped spread the teachings of Aikido to a broader audience. His works were not just about techniques, but also about the deeper philosophical aspects of the art. Sato's approach to Aikido was holistic, incorporating both physical training and the development of mental and spiritual awareness. One of Sato's key contributions to the Aikido community was his role in differentiating the Aikido taught in Iwama from that practiced at other Aikido dojos across Japan and the world. Sato's style, which became known as Iwama Aikido, emphasized a strong connection between the practitioner's movements and the concept of ki. Iwama Aikido also placed a significant emphasis on the development of both empty hand techniques known as Eikiken and Eikijo and weapons techniques using a bokken, jo, and tanto. Sato's focus on weapon training, particularly the Eikiken sword techniques and Eikijo staff techniques, distinguished his style from others and helped establish Iwama as a major center for Aikido practice. Throughout his career, Sato received numerous accolades for his contributions to Aikido, including high-ranking black belts and honorary titles from Aikido organizations. He was awarded the title of 8th Dan by the Aikikai Hombu Dojo, and he was one of the few individuals authorized to teach Aikido as Morihei Ueshiba had intended it. In the later years of his life, Sato continued to teach and spread Aikido across the world. He was highly sought after for seminars and teaching engagements, and his reputation as a master of Aikido only grew as time passed. However, by the late 1990s, Sato's health began to decline due to age, and he began to reduce his teaching commitments. Despite his health issues, Sato's commitment to Aikido and his students remained unwavering. He continued to teach in Iwama, and his influence on the global Aikido community remained significant. Sato's focus remained on transmitting the teachings of Morihei Ueshiba, and he worked to ensure that his students continued to uphold the traditions of Aikido even after his passing. Morihiro Sato passed away on May 13, 2002, at the age of 61. His death marked the end of a long and influential career in the world of Aikido, but his legacy lives on in the countless students he taught, the numerous books and videos he created, and the continued practice of Iwama Aikido. His contributions to Aikido were monumental, and his insistence on preserving the core teachings of his teacher, Ueshiba, ensured that his approach to the martial art remains an essential part of the Aikido tradition. Morihiro Sato's life was devoted to the practice and dissemination of Aikido. His technical skill, spiritual depth, and unwavering commitment to preserving Ueshiba's legacy made him one of the most influential figures in the history of the art. Through his work, Sato ensured that Aikido would continue to thrive for generations to come, offering not only a means of physical self-defense but also a pathway to personal growth, peace, and spiritual fulfillment. Growing up in a small town, Shugono was initially interested in a variety of sports, but it was judo that captured his attention and would ultimately define his legacy. From an early age, Seiichi was known for his natural athleticism, and his decision to take up judo came as no surprise to those who knew him. He began training in judo as a child, first joining the local judo club at the age of 7. It was here that Shugono's dedication and talent became apparent, as he quickly excelled in the sport and showed promise as a future judo star. Judo, which was developed by Jigoro Kano in the late 19th century, was a popular sport in Japan, and its philosophy of balance, skill, and discipline resonated deeply with Shugono. His judo journey began at a time when the sport was highly competitive in Japan, and Shugano quickly progressed through the ranks. At Nihon University, where he would later attend college, Shugano's technical ability and strategic mind began to shine, helping him to distinguish himself from his peers. During his college years, Shugano became known for his adaptability on the tatami judo mat and for his ability to execute a variety of techniques with precision. His commitment to mastering the sport, along with his athleticism and keen tactical sense, set the stage for his rise in the world of judo. His training was intense, and he often spent hours each day refining his techniques, building both his physical strength and mental toughness. Shugano's rise in the world of judo culminated in the early 1970s, when he emerged as one of Japan's top judo athletes. His breakthrough came in 1974, when he won the All Japan Judo Championships in the open weight category, establishing himself as one of the nation's most formidable judo practitioners. This victory was a sign of things to come, as Shugano's blend of technical expertise, tactical intelligence, and relentless drive earned him widespread recognition both in Japan and internationally. Shugano's competitive career truly reached its peak in the late 1970s, during which he became one of the most dominant figures in international judo. His success on the international stage began with his participation in the World Judo Championships, where he repeatedly showcased his mastery of the sport. In 1975, Shugano won a gold medal at the World Judo Championships, solidifying his place as one of the best judokas of his generation. This victory marked a major milestone in his career, and it was the first of several major international titles he would go on to claim. Shugano's success continued at the 1976 Summer Olympics in Montreal, where he competed in the men's judo competition. He became a household name in Japan and beyond when he claimed the gold medal in his weight division. This victory was a culmination of years of intense training and hard work, and it catapulted Shugano to the height of his career. His performance at the Olympics was nothing short of spectacular, as he displayed unmatched technical proficiency and mental focus in his bouts, earning him the admiration of both his competitors and fans alike. Following his Olympic victory, Shugano's career continued to thrive. He went on to dominate in several more World Judo Championships, winning additional medals and establishing a reputation as a judoka who could execute even the most complicated techniques with ease and consistency. His ability to perform under pressure, particularly in high-stakes situations, made him a feared competitor. Throughout his career, Shugano became known for his Seoi-nage shoulder throw and Osoto Gori major outer reaping throw, two of the most devastating techniques in judo. These throws, combined with his impeccable timing, set him apart from many of his contemporaries. Seiichi Shugano's career was defined by an impressive array of achievements, both in terms of individual victories and his contributions to the judo community. Among his most notable accomplishments are Shugano's Olympic victory in 1976 remains one of the defining moments of his career. His performance in Montreal solidified his place as one of the top judokas in the world and is still celebrated in judo history. Shugano was a dominant force in the World Judo Championships, claiming several gold and silver medals during his career. His victories in 1975, 1977, and 1979 demonstrated his consistency and ability to perform at the highest level in judo. Shugano's victories at the All Japan Judo Championships, particularly in 1974, provided a launching pad for his international success. His performance in these domestic competitions, after retiring from competitive judo, Sugano shifted his focus to coaching and promoting the sport. He dedicated much of his time to teaching the next generation of judo athletes, helping to develop new talent and ensuring the continued growth of judo in Japan and around the world. Sugano's insights and coaching methods, developed through years of experience at the highest levels of competition, have influenced many judokas and have. Sugano's approach to judo was always deeply rooted in the philosophy of the sport. He emphasized not only the technical and physical aspects of judo but also its mental and spiritual dimensions. He taught his students to view judo as a lifelong journey of self-improvement, focusing on discipline, respect, and the cultivation of inner strength. Sugano's teachings continue to influence judo instructors and practitioners worldwide. After a highly successful competitive career, Seiichi Sugano transitioned to coaching and mentoring aspiring judo athletes. He remained actively involved in the judo community and continued to teach at various institutions. Sugano's legacy as a coach and mentor was equally impactful as his competitive success. He became a respected figure in the judo world, known for his ability to nurture talent and his contributions to the development of the sport. As Sugano entered his later years, he remained a fixture in the international judo community. His experience and knowledge of the sport made him a sought-after coach and instructor. He traveled to numerous countries, conducting seminars and sharing his expertise with judo practitioners of all ages and skill levels. In his final years, Sugano's health began to decline, but his commitment to judo never wavered. He continued to inspire others with his passion for the sport, even as he faced personal challenges. Seiichi Sugano passed away on August 10, 2010, leaving behind a profound legacy in the world of judo. Sugano's impact on judo extended far beyond his personal achievements. He is remembered not only for his success on the tatami, but also for his dedication to the Seiichi Sugano's life and career in judo were defined by his dedication, skill, and unwavering commitment to the philosophy of the sport. His victories on the international stage, particularly at the 1976 Olympic Games, cemented his place as one of the greatest judokas of all time. However, it is perhaps his work as a teacher and mentor that truly solidified his legacy. Through his contributions to the sport, his teachings, and his influence on future, Christian Tissier was born on June 5, 1951, in Paris, France. From an early age, Tissier exhibited an interest in martial arts, drawn by their principles of discipline, physical skill, and spiritual growth. His path to Aikido, however, was not immediate. Initially involved in karate, Tissier's life would take a significant turn when, in his early 20s, he encountered Aikido, a martial art founded by Morihei Ueshiba in the early 20th century, characterized by fluid movements and an emphasis on blending with and redirecting an opponent's force. At the age of 14, Christian first began his martial arts journey with karate, but it wasn't until he was 18 that he discovered Aikido. This was a turning point in his life, as he found a martial art that resonated with his own philosophy. It was not just the physicality of the movements that attracted him, but the underlying principles of harmony, fluidity, and self-improvement. In 1969, Tissier joined his first Aikido class under the guidance of a local teacher, and it was during this time that he started to realize the profound spiritual and physical depth of the art. After several years of training in France, Tissier decided to travel to Japan in 1975 to further immerse himself in the practice of Aikido. This marked the beginning of his deep commitment to becoming a master of the art, Under the guidance of legendary Aikido, Christian Tissier's time in Japan proved transformative, as he continued to evolve in his understanding of Aikido. During his early years in Japan, Tissier was exposed to the rigorous training methods of the country's leading Aikido masters, which honed his physical technique and deepened his philosophical grasp of the art. He became a disciple of Morihiro Sato, a prominent Aikido master and a direct student of Morihei Shiba, and through Sato's guidance, Tissier learned the intricacies of Aikido's technical foundation. His years of intense practice culminated in 1980, when Tissier was awarded the rank of 5th Dan by the Aikikai Hombu Dojo, the international headquarters of Aikido. This recognition marked his rise to the upper echelons of Aikido practitioners and signaled his growing influence in the international Aikido community. Tissier's style, characterized by his fluidity, speed, and technical precision, quickly gained recognition. He became known for his ability to blend effortlessly with an opponent's energy and redirect it with impeccable timing and technique. His keen understanding of the ki, the vital energy that flows through all living beings, allowed him to create a practice that was not only about physical movement, but also about cultivating a deep sense of awareness and intuition. In the early 1980s, Tissier returned to France and began teaching Aikido full-time. He quickly built a reputation as one of the most skilled and respected instructors in Europe, developing a unique teaching style that combined traditional Aikido methods with a focus on practical application. His students found that his teaching not only improved their technical proficiency but also offered insights into the philosophical and spiritual dimensions of the martial art. Christian Tissier's rise in the Aikido world reached its peak in the 1990s and early 2000s. His commitment to his own practice and his ability to teach effectively made him one of the most influential figures in Aikido globally. Tissier's contribution to Aikido was not limited to his practice and teaching alone. He played an instrumental role in the development of Aikido in France and its growing international presence. In 1994, Tissier achieved the esteemed rank of 7th Dan, solidifying his status as one of the highest-ranking Aikido practitioners outside of Japan. This milestone marked his recognition not just as a skilled martial artist, but as a master in the field, respected by practitioners worldwide for his deep knowledge of both the technical and philosophical aspects of Aikido. Over the next 2 decades, Tissier continued to build his legacy as an innovator in Aikido. He developed new teaching methods that emphasized the integration of mind and body, a concept that was at the heart of Aikido's philosophy. His approach to training emphasized not just the movements of the body, but the awareness and mindfulness that underpin these movements. This holistic perspective attracted students from all walks of life, and many advanced practitioners traveled to France and Japan to study under Tissier's guidance. As his reputation grew, Tissier began conducting international seminars, spreading his philosophy and teaching style across Europe, the United States, and beyond. He was particularly active in promoting Aikido in France, where he established the École d'Aikido Christian Tissier in Paris. His school became one of the most influential centers for Aikido practice in Europe, attracting students from all corners of the globe. Tissier also became known for his artistic contributions to Aikido, producing instructional videos and books. His instructional videos were highly regarded for their clarity and thoroughness, helping practitioners of all levels better understand the intricacies of Aikido. His book Aikido, The Way of Harmony, became a foundational text for many Aikido students around the world, offering detailed insights into his techniques and philosophy. Another highlight of Tissier's career came in 2000, when he was awarded the prestigious 8th Dana rank that represents the pinnacle of Aikido mastery. This achievement was a testament to his lifelong dedication to the art, his commitment to the Aikido community, and his unparalleled technical skill. By this time, Tissia had established himself as a living legend in Aikido, with his influence extending well beyond the traditional boundaries of Japan. As Christian Tissia entered his later years, he remained active in teaching and promoting Aikido. His dedication to training never waned, and he continued to lead seminars and provide guidance to his students well into his 60s. His approach to Aikido emphasized that martial arts practice is a lifelong journey, and even after decades of teaching, he remained a humble and passionate student of the art. Tissia's final years were marked by his continued commitment to globalizing Aikido, particularly by mentoring the next generation of teachers. His students, many of whom went on to become prominent instructors in their own right, continued to carry forward the traditions and principles that Tissia had passed down to them. Under his mentorship, many of his students became prominent figures in the Aikido community, further spreading his teachings and vision. Christian Tissia's influence in Aikido is immeasurable. He is regarded as one of the most prominent and skilled practitioners of the art outside of Japan, having shaped the practice of thousands of students. His technical mastery, deep philosophical understanding, and humble spirit made him a beloved figure in the global Aikido community. Tissia's ability to blend the art of self-defense with personal growth, compassion, and respect for others ensured that his teachings transcended mere physical combat, becoming a pathway to understanding oneself and others. Christian Tissia's legacy will continue for generations. His contributions to Aikido, both as a practitioner and as a teacher, solidified his place among the great masters of the martial art. Tissia passed away in 2021, but his teachings and philosophy live on through the many students he mentored and the global network of Aikido practitioners who carry his work forward. Christian Tissia's life is a testament to the power of Aikido as both a martial art and a path to personal enlightenment. His journey from a young martial artist in France to one of the most respected Aikido masters in the world is a story of dedication, passion, and profound transformation. Through his mastery of Aikido, Tissia shaped not only the future of martial arts, but also the hearts and minds of countless students who will continue to follow his. Growing up in a small town, Shugono was initially interested in a variety of sports, but it was judo that captured his attention and would ultimately define his legacy. From an early age, Seiichi was known for his natural athleticism, and his decision to take up judo came as no surprise to those who knew him. He began training in judo as a child, first joining the local judo club at the age of 7. It was here that Shugono's dedication and talent became apparent, as he quickly excelled in the sport and showed promise as a future judo star. Judo, which was developed by Jigoro Kano in the late 19th century, was a popular sport in Japan, and its philosophy of balance, skill, and discipline resonated deeply with Shugono. His judo journey began at a time when the sport was highly competitive in Japan, and Shugono quickly progressed through the ranks. At Nihon University, where he would later attend college, Shugono's technical ability and strategic mind began to shine, helping him to distinguish himself from his peers. During his college years, Shugono became known for his adaptability on the tatami judo mat and for his ability to execute a variety of techniques with precision. His commitment to mastering the sport, along with his athleticism and keen tactical sense, set the stage for his rise in the world of judo. His training was intense, and he often spent hours each day refining his techniques, building both his physical strength and mental toughness. Sugano's rise in the world of judo culminated in the early 1970s, when he emerged as one of Japan's top judo athletes. His breakthrough came in 1974, when he won the All Japan Judo Championships in the open weight category, establishing himself as one of the nation's most formidable judo practitioners. This victory was a sign of things to come, as Sugano's blend of technical expertise, tactical intelligence, and relentless drive earned him widespread recognition both in Japan and internationally. Sugano's competitive career truly reached its peak in the late 1970s, during which he became one of the most dominant figures in international judo. His success on the international stage began with his participation in the World Judo Championships, where he repeatedly showcased his mastery of the sport. In 1975, Sugano won a gold medal at the World Judo Championships, solidifying his place as one of the best judokas of his generation. This victory marked a major milestone in his career, and it was the first of several major international titles he would go on to claim. Sugano's success continued at the 1976 Summer Olympics in Montreal, where he competed in the men's judo competition. He became a household name in Japan and beyond when he claimed the gold medal in his weight division. This victory was a culmination of years of intense training and hard work, and it catapulted Sugano to the height of his career. His performance at the Olympics was nothing short of spectacular, as he displayed unmatched technical proficiency and mental focus in his bouts, earning him the admiration of both his competitors and fans alike. Following his Olympic victory, Sugano's career continued to thrive. He went on to dominate in several more World Judo Championships, winning additional medals and establishing a reputation as a judoka who could execute even the most complicated techniques with ease and consistency. His ability to perform under pressure, particularly in high-stakes situations, made him a feared competitor. Throughout his career, Sugano became known for his Seoi-nage shoulder throw and Osoto-gori major outer reaping throw, two of the most devastating techniques in judo. These throws, combined with his impeccable timing, set him apart from many of his contemporaries. Seiichi Sugano's career was defined by an impressive array of achievements, both in terms of individual victories and his contributions to the judo community. Among his most notable accomplishments are Sugano's Olympic victory in 1976 remains one of the defining moments of his career. His performance in Montreal solidified his place as one of the top judokas in the world and is still celebrated in judo history. Sugano was a dominant force in the World Judo Championships, claiming several gold and silver medals during his career. His victories in 1975, 1977, and 1979 demonstrated his consistency and ability to perform at the highest level in judo. Sugano's victories at the All Japan Judo Championships, particularly in 1974, provided a launching pad for his international success. His performance in these domestic competitions, after retiring from competitive judo, Sugano shifted his focus to coaching and promoting the sport. He dedicated much of his time to teaching the next generation of judo athletes, helping to develop new talent and ensuring the continued growth of judo in Japan and around the world. Sugano's insights and coaching methods, developed through years of experience at the highest levels of competition, have influenced many judokas and have. Sugano's approach to judo was always deeply rooted in the philosophy of the sport. He emphasized not only the technical and physical aspects of judo but also its mental and spiritual dimensions. He taught his students to view judo as a lifelong journey of self-improvement, focusing on discipline, respect, and the cultivation of inner strength. Sugano's teachings continue to influence judo instructors and practitioners worldwide. After a highly successful competitive career, Seiichi Sugano transitioned to coaching and mentoring aspiring judo athletes. He remained actively involved in the judo community and continued to teach at various institutions. Sugano's legacy as a coach and mentor was equally impactful as his competitive success. He became a respected figure in the judo world, known for his ability to nurture talent and his contributions to the development of the sport. As Sugano entered his later years, he remained a fixture in the international judo community. His experience and knowledge of the sport made him a sought-after coach and instructor. He traveled to numerous countries, conducting seminars and sharing his expertise with judo practitioners of all ages and skill levels. In his final years, Sugano's health began to decline, but his commitment to judo never wavered. He continued to inspire others with his passion for the sport, even as he faced personal challenges. Seiichi Sugano passed away on August 10, 2010, leaving behind a profound legacy in the world of judo. Sugano's impact on judo extended far beyond his personal achievements. He is remembered not only for his success on the tatami, but also for his dedication to the Seiichi Sugano's life and career in judo were defined by his dedication, skill, and unwavering commitment to the philosophy of the sport. His victories on the international stage, particularly at the 1976 Olympic Games, cemented his place as one of the greatest judokas of all time. However, it is perhaps his work as a teacher and mentor that truly solidified his legacy. Through his contributions to the sport, his teachings, and his influence on future, Yoshimitsu Yamada, a prominent figure in the world of Aikido, was born on January 27, 1942, in Japan. From a young age, he exhibited a natural curiosity about martial arts, but his path toward Aikido was shaped not by tradition, but by a chance encounter with a different martial discipline. As a teenager, Yamada trained in judo and karate, but it wasn't until his meeting with Mori Hayashiba, the founder of Aikido, that his life's direction would be set. At the time, Japan was deeply immersed in the world of martial arts, especially traditional arts such as judo, kendo, and karate, which was seen as vital to instilling discipline and building national pride. But Aikido, founded by Yoshiba in the early 20th century, offered a unique approach that emphasized harmony and blending with an opponent's energy rather than defeating them. It was an art that appealed to Yamada's sense of balance and inner peace. Yamada moved to the United States in the mid-1960s and initially pursued his studies in various martial disciplines, but it wasn't long before he encountered Aikido again. His passion for Aikido grew quickly, and under the guidance of Hiroshi Tada, one of the senior students of Mori Hayashiba, Yamada began his journey in earnest. What he found in Aikido was something that resonated deeply with him, a martial art that combined both physical technique and a philosophy of peace, nonviolence, and mutual respect. He made the decision to formally study Aikido full-time and moved to the Aikikai Hombu Dojo, one of the most prestigious Aikido dojos in the world, located in Tokyo, Japan. Here, he trained under the watchful eye of Morihiro Sato, Tadashi Nakamura, and Kisomaru Shiba, all of whom were deeply involved in shaping Aikido's global reputation. Yoshimitsu Yamada's career as a martial artist truly began to soar during his time in Japan. By the late 1960s and early 1970s, he had moved from a student of Aikido to becoming one of its most dedicated practitioners. Yamada's exceptional focus, skill, and deep understanding of the principles of Aikido made him stand out as a remarkable student. His commitment to learning, as well as his ability to harmonize with his partner's energy, helped elevate his status within the Aikido community. In 1964, Yoshimitsu Yamada was awarded his black belt first dan in Aikido, and he quickly advanced through the ranks due to his intense practice and mastery of the art. By the late 1970s, he had reached the rank of 5th dan and was beginning to teach at the Hanbu Dojo, the headquarters of Aikikai Aikido, in Tokyo. However, Yamada's life would take another significant turn as he decided to move to the United States to help spread the art of Aikido. In 1964, Yamada had the opportunity to meet the founder of Aikikai, Kisomaru Shiba, who encouraged him to go to the United States to help promote the practice of Aikido there. This was a groundbreaking moment in his life and the history of Aikido, as it marked the beginning of the art's expansion into North America. Yamada's move to the U.S. was. Yoshimitsu Yamada's contributions to Aikido are immeasurable, both in terms of his direct teaching and his role in the global spread of the art. After moving to the United States in 1964, Yamada opened his own Aikido dojo in New York City, the New York Aikikai. This dojo quickly became one of the leading centers for Aikido training in the Western world, attracting students from across the United States and beyond. Under Yamada's leadership, New York Aikikai flourished, and Yamada became a key figure in the development of Aikido in North America. His teaching focused not only on the technical execution of Aikido techniques, such as Yukimi falling techniques, Kansetsu Waza joint locks, and Shahanage for direction throws, but also on the spiritual and philosophical underpinnings of the art. He emphasized that Aikido was not merely a martial art but a way of life, one that focused on inner peace, nonviolence, and harmonious relationships with others. In recognition of his skill, commitment, and deep understanding of Aikido, Yoshimitsu Yamada was promoted to 8th dan in Aikido by the Aikikai Foundation. This is one of the highest honors one can achieve in Aikido and solidified Yamada's status as a master in the art. As a teacher, Yamada had an enormous influence on his students. He helped shape the next generation of Aikido practitioners by imparting not only the physical techniques of the art, but also the mental and spiritual discipline required to master it. Many of his students went on to become prominent instructors and spread Aikido in their own right. His ability to convey the subtle, yet profound, principles of Aikido made him an exceptional instructor. Yamada's teachings also extended beyond the dojo walls. He conducted numerous seminars and workshops around the world, sharing his insights and knowledge of Aikido with people from all walks of life. These seminars helped spread the word about Aikido to new communities and broadened its reach. Through his efforts, Yamada helped cultivate a vibrant Aikido community in the West that would continue to grow long after his time. Even in his later years, Yoshimitsu Yamada remained an active and respected figure in the Aikido world. He continued to teach at the New York Aikikai and hold seminars both in the United States and internationally. His ability to maintain a rigorous teaching schedule while continuing to develop his own practice was an inspiration to students around the world. In addition to his ongoing teaching commitments, Yamada also became involved in overseeing the training and certification of new instructors. He was a central figure in the Aikido Association of America, ensuring that the standards of Aikido practice remained high and consistent with the teachings of Morihei Ueshiba. Yamada's efforts helped solidify the importance of maintaining the traditions and authenticity of Aikido, while also adapting to the needs of modern practitioners. As Yamada grew older, he began to scale back some of his teaching activities. However, he remained a sought-after instructor and frequently conducted seminars for dedicated students around the world. He continued to stress the importance of Aikido's philosophical teachings and its role in creating peace and harmony within society. Yamada's legacy is vast. He was not only instrumental in the development of Aikido in the United States, but he also helped shape the practice of Aikido around the world. His teachings, both technical and philosophical, have influenced thousands of students and instructors. Today, the New York Aikikai stands as a testament to Yamada's life's work, continuing to be a center of Aikido excellence and a gathering place for those seeking to deepen their practice. Yoshimitsu Yamada's life was a shining example of dedication, discipline, and devotion to the art of Aikido. Through his tireless efforts, he played a central role in spreading Aikido to the Western world, and his impact on the Aikido community is immeasurable. His legacy, both as a martial artist and as a teacher, will continue to inspire future generations of Aikido practitioners for many years to come. Kenji Shimizu was born on December 15, 1960, in Tokyo, Japan. From a young age, Shimizu displayed a natural athleticism that would serve him well in his chosen discipline, Judo. Growing up in a family that valued discipline, perseverance, and respect for tradition, it wasn't long before Shimizu discovered the Japanese martial art that would shape his entire life. At the age of 6, Shimizu began training in Judo, encouraged by his parents who recognized the sport's potential to not only build physical strength but also mental resilience. His early training was marked by long hours spent mastering the basics of Judo, learning the fundamental throws and holds that are central to the sport. Shimizu's natural talent for Judo became evident early on, and by the time he reached his teenage years, he was already showing the potential to compete at the highest levels of the sport. During his high school years, Shimizu honed his skills under the guidance of accomplished judo coaches. His technique and tactical approach to the sport quickly set him apart from his peers. The young judoka began to show promise, and his passion for judo intensified as he participated in regional and national tournaments, where he began to make a name for himself. His high school success was an important stepping stone in his eventual career as a. By the time Shimizu entered Wako University in the early 1980s, he was already a well-regarded judo athlete in Japan. At university, he was able to take his training to the next level, under the tutelage of some of the country's leading judo experts. His commitment to refining his technique, along with his deep understanding of judo's core principles, allowed him to excel in the competitive circuit. Shimizu's breakthrough came in 1983, when he won his first major title at the All Japan Judo Championships in the 60 kilograms weight class. This victory marked the beginning of his rise to prominence in the national judo scene. Shimizu's performance in this prestigious competition highlighted his incredible versatility, as he demonstrated his ability to combine tactical intelligence with powerful and efficient technique. In the years that followed, Shimizu's reputation continued to grow. By 1985, he had become one of Japan's top judo competitors, consistently earning medals in national tournaments. His exceptional ability to execute precise throws like Seoi-nage shoulder throw and Uchimata inner thigh throw, as well as his ability to control opponents with superior eniwaza groundwork, made him one of the most complete judokas in his weight class. Shimizu's success on the national level soon translated to international success, as he began competing in high-profile tournaments abroad. In 1986, He claimed a silver medal at the World Judo Championships in the 60 kilograms weight category, solidifying his place among the world's best. This result was a testament to Shimizu's technical excellence and mental toughness, as he went up against the world's top judo athletes, proving himself capable of. Kenji Shimizu's career reached its peak during the late 1980s and early 1990s, when he became one of the most successful judokas of his generation. His achievements in this period earned him widespread recognition as one of Japan's foremost judo talents. In 1987, Shimizu reached the pinnacle of his career when he won the World Judo Championships in Brussels, Belgium, securing the gold medal in the 60 kilograms weight class. This victory was the crowning achievement of his career, as it placed him at the very top of the sport globally. Shimizu's performance in the World Championships demonstrated not only his superior skill in throws and ground techniques, but also his ability to stay composed under pressure, a key characteristic of any great judo competitor. Shimizu's success on the international stage continued throughout his career. In 1989, he secured a bronze medal at the World Judo Championships, further cementing his status as one of the most consistent and skilled judokas of his generation. He also earned numerous gold medals at the Asian Judo Championships, showcasing his dominance in the region. His success at these events was a testament to his technical brilliance and his commitment to the sport. Shimizu's ability to adapt and evolve in the face of increasingly difficult competition was one of his greatest strengths. He continuously refined his techniques, embracing the principles of judo that emphasize maximum efficiency and minimum effort. He became known for his strategic approach to every match, reading his opponent's movements and counteracting them with precise and well-timed techniques. His understanding of both offensive and defensive strategies made him a well-rounded athlete who could excel in all aspects of the sport. In 1991, Shimizu was selected to represent Japan at the World Judo Championships in Paris, where he secured another top-3 finish, further solidifying his reputation as one of the best in the world. His sustained success over the years, along with his mastery of judo techniques, earned him the title of Judoka of the Year in Japan, an accolade that, as Shimizu approached his 30s, he began to think about life after his competitive career. By 1993, Shimizu had begun transitioning away from active competition, focusing on coaching and developing the next generation of judo athletes. Recognizing his deep knowledge of the sport, as well as his understanding of the mental and physical challenges that come with being a high-level competitor, Shimizu sought to pass on his expertise to young judokas. In 1994, he became a full-time coach at the Japan Judo Association (JJA), where he trained and mentored several promising judokas. His coaching style was marked by an emphasis on discipline, focus, and respect for judo's traditions. Shimizu's ability to break down complex techniques and explain them clearly made him an excellent mentor, and his athletes often praised his attention to detail and his genuine passion for their development. Shimizu's coaching career saw him take on roles at several top universities and judo clubs in Japan, where he worked tirelessly to nurture the potential of young athletes. He also became involved in the international judo community, conducting seminars and coaching sessions around the world. His contributions to the development of judo outside of Japan helped to strengthen the global reach of the sport. In his later years, Shimizu continued to be involved in judo as a referee, coaching consultant, and prominent figure in various judo organizations. He helped to further elevate judo as a respected martial art and competitive sport, ensuring that its values and traditions were passed down to future generations. He remained a vital part of the sports community until his death. Kenji Shimizu's legacy is one of excellence, both as a competitor and as a coach. His achievements on the mat, particularly his gold medal at the 1987 World Championships, remain among the most significant in judo history. His technical mastery, combined with his mental toughness, allowed him to become one of the greatest judokas of his time. As a coach, Shimizu's influence has been profound. He played a critical role in developing young judokas and has left an indelible mark on the sport through his teachings and mentorship. Shimizu's emphasis on both technical skill and mental fortitude has shaped the careers of many athletes, making him a respected figure in the judo community. Even after his competitive retirement, Shimizu remained an influential figure in judo, continuing to inspire and motivate athletes worldwide. His approach to judo, one that combined tradition with innovation, continues to influence the sport today. Kenji Shimizu passed away in 2021, but his contributions to judo, both on and off the mat, will never be forgotten. His legacy endures in the athletes he coached, the techniques he developed, and the inspiration he provided to generations of judokas.
Ruth Gorman was born on July 15, 1983, in Manchester, England. Growing up in a supportive family with a keen interest in sports, Ruth was introduced to athletics at a young age. She was particularly drawn to running, excelling in cross-country events and track races during her school years. Her talent and passion for athletics were evident early on, and she quickly gained recognition at regional and national competitions. At the age of 16, Ruth joined a local athletics club where she began to receive more focused coaching. Her natural ability in middle-distance running, combined with her work ethic, made her a rising star in the UK athletics scene. Through her teenage years, she honed her skills in 800 meters and 1500 meters races, earning a spot in national competitions and laying the foundation for a promising career. Career peak, rising through the ranks. Ruth Gorman's breakthrough moment came in her early 20s when she began to compete at the senior level. After a series of strong performances in national championships, she earned a place on the British team for the European Championships. In 2006, she participated in her first senior international competition, where she finished in the top 10, gaining valuable experience on the European stage. The following years saw Ruth making her mark in several international competitions. By 2008, she had qualified for the 2008 Beijing Olympics, marking her first Olympic appearance. While she did not secure a medal, Gorman's performance at the Olympics served as a testament to her abilities as she competed against the best in the world. Her solid run in Beijing showed that she had the potential to contend for future honors on the global stage. In the years that followed, Ruth continued to improve, steadily moving up in the world rankings. Her breakthrough moment came at the 2010 Commonwealth Games in New Delhi, where she won a bronze medal in the 1500 meters event. This was the peak of her career, a result that cemented her position among the top middle-distance runners in the world. Main achievements. A storied career. Ruth Gorman's career is highlighted by numerous podium finishes and achievements at the national and international levels. Some of her most notable accomplishments include Commonwealth Games, 2010, Gorman's bronze medal in the 1500 meters event at the Commonwealth Games marked the pinnacle of her career. Her time on the podium showcased her ability to compete with the world's elite athletes. European Championships, 2006, 2010. Ruth earned top finishes at the European Championships, placing in the top 10 in multiple occasions. These performances helped solidify her standing in the European athletic circuit and gave her confidence heading into international events. World Championships, 2009, 2011. Gorman competed in the World Championships, where she placed among the top runners in her event. Her performances in 2009 and 2011 further bolstered her reputation as one of the UK's leading middle-distance runners. Olympic Games, 2008. Ruth Gorman's Olympic debut in Beijing marked a significant moment in her career. While she did not medal, her participation at the Olympics represented the culmination of years of hard work and dedication. National championships. Over the course of her career, Ruth claimed several national titles in the 800 meters and 1500 meters, which helped her maintain her status as one of Britain's top middle distance runners. European Indoor Championships, 2007. Gorman's success extended to indoor athletics as well, with notable performances at the European Indoor Championships, where she regularly finished among the top contenders. Ruth's main strengths as an athlete were her consistency and versatility. Whether on the track or indoors, she displayed a remarkable ability to perform under pressure, often finishing in the top ranks of highly competitive events. Challenges and setbacks. Despite her many achievements, Ruth's career was not without challenges. Injuries were a recurring theme, with Gorman having to contend with several setbacks throughout her career. One of her major challenges was dealing with recurring knee problems, which required extended periods of rest and rehabilitation. These injuries affected her performances during some key competitions, and at times, they threatened to derail her career. However, Gorman's resilience and determination to overcome adversity were central to her success. She worked closely with medical professionals to manage her injuries and ensure that she was able to return to competition when ready. Her ability to bounce back from injuries and continue competing at a high level is a testament to her mental fortitude and dedication to the sport. Final years and retirement. In her final years as a competitive athlete, Ruth Gorman began to scale back her racing schedule. By 2014, she had announced her decision to retire from competitive athletics, having achieved everything she had set out to accomplish. While her retirement marked the end of her time as a top-level competitor, she continued to stay involved in athletics by offering coaching and mentorship to younger athletes. Gorman's retirement came at a time when her legacy was firmly established. She had become an inspiration to many young athletes in the UK, especially those competing in middle-distance events. Ruth's work ethic, perseverance, and ability to perform under pressure had earned her the respect of her peers and coaches alike. Legacy and impact. Ruth Gorman's impact on British athletics extends far beyond her medal tally. She was known for her professionalism and her role as a role model for young athletes. Her success at the Commonwealth Games, World Championships, and Olympic Games demonstrated that with determination and dedication, it was possible to compete at the highest levels of sport. In the years following her retirement, Gorman's contributions to the athletics community have continued through her involvement in coaching and mentorship. She has worked with younger athletes to help them navigate the challenges of competitive sport and has shared her wealth of knowledge about training and racing strategies. Ruth's influence is also felt in her local community, where she has been active in promoting athletics as a sport for all. Her story is one of perseverance, resilience, and excellence, qualities that will continue to inspire generations of athletes in the UK and beyond. Conclusion. Ruth Gorman's career is a testament to the power of determination and hard work. From her early days in Manchester to her successes on the world stage, Gorman proved herself to be a skilled and dedicated middle-distance runner. Her achievements, including her bronze medal at the Commonwealth Games, numerous top finishes at European and World Championships, and her Olympic experience, solidified her place in the history of British athletics. Though her career was marked by challenges, Ruth Gorman's legacy is one of resilience and achievement. As she continues to influence the world of athletics through coaching and mentorship, her story will remain a source of inspiration for future generations of athletes. Sebastian Kienle was born on August 6, 1983, in the city of Karlsruhe, Germany. Growing up in a family that appreciated sports, Kienle was introduced to various athletic activities from an early age. His father, a passionate amateur athlete, instilled in him a love for fitness and endurance sports. However, it was during his teenage years that Kienle found his true calling in triathlon, a sport that combines swimming, cycling, and running into one continuous test of endurance. Kienle's initial foray into triathlon came when he was a teenager, participating in local events and competing in youth competitions. His natural athleticism, coupled with a strong work ethic, allowed him to quickly progress through the ranks. He began training more seriously, with a particular focus on improving his cycling and running capabilities, which would become his strongest disciplines. His early years in triathlon were marked by steady progress and an increasing level of competition. Despite competing in a variety of events, he was drawn to the longer formats of the sport. particularly the Ironman series, which tested the limits of endurance and strength. Kienle's early experiences in triathlon shaped his mindset and passion for the sport, laying the foundation for what would become a storied and successful professional career. Career peak. Ascendancy in long-distance triathlon. Sebastian Kienle's career truly took off in the early 2010s when he began to make a name for himself in long-distance triathlons. His rise to the top of the sport was a gradual process, but he soon found success in major international events, particularly in the Ironman series. Kienle's prowess on the bike, combined with his strong running legs, made him a formidable force in long-distance triathlon events. In 2012, Kienle made a breakthrough by winning the Ironman 70.3 World Championship in Las Vegas. His victory in the half Ironman distance event catapulted him to international recognition and solidified his status as one of the top athletes in the sport. Kienle's ability to excel in both the cycling and running segments of the triathlon, combined with his competitive spirit and focus, made him a standout in the professional triathlon circuit. The peak of Sebastian Kienle's career came in 2014 when he won the prestigious Ironman World Championship in Kona, Hawaii. The event, which is often referred to as the Holy Grail of triathlon, is one of the most difficult and iconic races in the sport, attracting the best triathletes from around the world. Kienle's victory in Kona was a historic moment in his career and for German triathlon, as he became the first German male to win the Ironman World Championship since the legendary Norman Stadler in 2004. Kienle's performance at Kona was nothing short of spectacular. He completed the race in 8 hours, 14 minutes, and 18 seconds, overcoming a challenging field of elite competitors. His exceptional cycling performance, combined with a strong run, allowed him to build a lead that he maintained throughout the race. Kienle's victory was the result of years of hard work, dedication, and a perfect execution of strategy on race day. It was a culmination of his years of experience and training in long-distance triathlon. Main achievements. A career defined by success. Sebastian Kienle's career is marked by numerous accomplishments and victories at the highest levels of the sport. His achievements in both Ironman and Ironman 70.3 events have made him one of the most successful triathletes of his generation. Below are some of the key milestones in Kienle's career. Ironman World Champion, 2014. Kienle's most significant achievement came in 2014 when he won the Ironman World Championship in Kona. His victory was a defining moment in his career, showcasing his elite fitness, racing strategy, and mental toughness. Ironman 70.3 World Champion, 2012, 2013. Kienle won back-to-back Ironman 70.3 World Championships in 2012 and 2013. His consistency in the half Ironman distance proved his versatility as a triathlete and his ability to perform at the highest level across different formats. Ironman 70.3 European Champion, 2012. In addition to his World Championship victories, Kienle also claimed the Ironman 70.3 European Championship title in 2012, further establishing his dominance in the sport. Ironman victory, 2017. Kienle continued to excel in full Ironman events, securing a victory at the Ironman in Frankfurt in 2017. His win in Germany solidified his position as one of the top triathletes in the world and marked another important milestone in his career. Podium finishes at Kona, 2015, 2016. After his victory in 2014, Kienle continued to perform well at the Ironman World Championship, finishing on the podium in 2015 and 2016. His consistent performances in Kona showcased his ability to compete with the best in the world year after year. Numerous Ironman 70.3 wins. In addition to his World Championship titles, Kienle won numerous Ironman 70.3 races around the world, including prestigious events in venues such as Wiesbaden, Mallorca, and the U.S. Virgin Islands. Consistent top finishes in major events. Throughout his career, Kienle maintained a high level of performance, consistently finishing in the top ranks of major triathlon events. His consistency and ability to deliver strong performances in high-stakes competitions were key to his long-term success. Kienle's achievements in triathlon extend beyond his victories. He became known for his methodical approach to training and racing, his ability to analyze courses and conditions, and his skill in pacing himself throughout long events. His strategic approach, combined with his powerful cycling and running abilities, set him apart as one of the most well-rounded and successful athletes in the sport. Challenges and setbacks. Like many elite athletes, Sebastian Kienle faced challenges throughout his career. Triathlon, especially at the Ironman distance, is an unforgiving sport that demands peak physical condition, mental fortitude, and strategic precision. Kienle faced setbacks in the form of injury and illness, which affected his performances in some years. Injuries, particularly in his cycling legs, challenged him as he pushed his body to its limits. Moreover, Kienle experienced tough competition from world-class athletes like Jan Frodeno, the reigning champion during much of Kienle's career. The rivalry between the two German athletes was one of the most exciting aspects of the triathlon circuit during their careers. However, Kienle's resilience and determination allowed him to overcome these challenges and continue his success at the highest level. Final years and retirement. As Sebastian Kienle entered the latter stages of his career, his focus began to shift. While he continued to compete in top-level triathlons, he started to explore opportunities beyond racing. In recent years, he has expanded his career by sharing his expertise as a coach and mentor to the next generation of triathletes. Kienle's experience and knowledge of the sport make him a valuable resource for young athletes aspiring to compete at the highest level. In 2021, Kienle competed in his final Ironman World Championship, marking the end of an era in his career. While he did not win, his performance reflected his enduring commitment to the sport and his high level of competitiveness. Following his retirement from full-time professional triathlon competition, Kienle expressed his gratitude for his career and his excitement about the future, both as a mentor and as an ambassador for the sport of triathlon. Legacy and impact. Sebastian Kienle leaves behind an indelible legacy in the world of triathlon. His victory at the 2014 Ironman World Championship remains one of the most iconic moments in the sport's history, and his numerous wins at Ironman 70.3 events cement his place as one of the greatest triathletes of his era. Kienle's contributions to the sport extend beyond his individual performances. His focus on precise training, race strategy, and mental preparation has inspired many athletes. Kienle's legacy as a triathlon icon continues to inspire not just triathletes, but also athletes in endurance sports in general. His ability to combine speed, power, and endurance across multiple disciplines has set a new standard in the sport. As a coach and mentor, he will undoubtedly continue to shape the future of triathlon. Emma Moffatt was born on November 12, 1984, in the town of Coffs Harbour, New South Wales, Australia. Raised in a coastal town, Moffatt was introduced to outdoor activities at an early age. With a natural affinity for sports, she participated in various athletic pursuits throughout her youth, including swimming and running. Her early involvement in swimming provided her with a strong foundation for her future career in triathlon. Moffatt's introduction to triathlon came when she was a teenager. Initially, she was drawn to the sport for its diverse challenges, swimming, cycling, and running, and the opportunity it offered to push her endurance limits. Emma quickly showed potential in triathlon, excelling at local competitions and making a name for herself in the Australian triathlon scene. Encouraged by her coaches and family, Moffatt decided to pursue triathlon professionally, and her career trajectory was set in motion. Moffatt's early training focused on developing her strengths in swimming and running while simultaneously working to improve her cycling ability. She worked relentlessly on refining her technique, increasing her aerobic capacity, and enhancing her speed across all three disciplines. Her disciplined approach to training paid off as she steadily improved, and soon began to compete in elite-level triathlons, where she faced fierce competition from some of the world's best athletes. Career peak. Triumph at the ITU World Championships. Emma Moffatt's breakthrough as an elite triathlete came in the mid-2000s. She rose quickly through the ranks, impressing at both national and international events. Her true career peak, however, occurred in the late 2000s and early 2010s when she began to claim major victories and establish herself as one of the world's top triathletes. In 2008, Moffatt made her mark at the ITU World Triathlon Series, securing a solid performance that helped her qualify for the 2008 Beijing Olympics. Although she did not win a medal at the Olympics, Moffatt's strong performance in the race set the stage for what would become a remarkable career. Her performance in Beijing was notable for her resilience and determination, as she competed against a field of world-class athletes in one of the most prestigious competitions in the sport. The pinnacle of Emma Moffat's career came in 2010 when she won the ITU Triathlon World Championship. This victory solidified her place as one of the top female triathletes in the world. Her dominance during the 2010 season was a testament to her well-rounded skill set and ability to perform under pressure. The victory was the result of a consistent, strategic approach to racing, where Moffat combined her swimming strength, cycling prowess, and running speed to achieve the coveted World Championship title. In addition to her World Championship title, Moffat also clinched several other podium finishes during her career, further enhancing her reputation as a dominant force in the world of triathlon. Her consistency in high-level competitions, including the ITU World Triathlon Series, helped her maintain a strong competitive standing for several years. Main achievements: a triathlete at the top of her game. Emma Moffat's career boasts an impressive array of victories and achievements, solidifying her place among the greatest female triathletes of her era. Below are some of the key milestones in her career. ITU World Triathlon Champion, 2010. Moffat's most significant achievement came when she won the 2010 ITU Triathlon World Championship. This victory marked the peak of her career and demonstrated her ability to excel across all three triathlon disciplines. Olympic Games, 2008, 2012. Moffat represented Australia at the 2008 Beijing Olympics and the 2012 London Olympics. While she did not secure a medal in either competition, her consistent top 10 finishes showed that she was among the world's best athletes in the sport. ITU World Cup victories. Throughout her career, Moffat secured several ITU World Cup victories. Her strong performances in these events helped her maintain her position among the top triathletes globally and kept her competitive in the ITU World Triathlon Series. Numerous podium finishes in the ITU World Triathlon Series. Moffat enjoyed multiple podium finishes in the ITU World Triathlon Series, competing against the best in the world and consistently placing in the top ranks. Her performance in these races was marked by her tactical racing and mental toughness. Commonwealth Games, 2010. Emma Moffat also represented Australia at the 2010 Commonwealth Games in Delhi, where she claimed a bronze medal. This podium finish added to her accolades and showcased her versatility and ability to perform in major international multi-sport events. ITU World Championship Series consistency. In addition to her 2010 World Championship victory, Moffat consistently finished near the top in the ITU World Championship Series standings throughout her career. Her steady performances in these series helped solidify her reputation as one of the most reliable triathletes of her generation. Australian Triathlon Champion. Moffat also claimed the title of Australian Triathlon Champion multiple times, further adding to her domestic dominance in the sport. Her success in national competitions provided a solid foundation for her international success. Moffat's achievements reflect her well-rounded abilities as a triathlete. She excelled in the endurance and aerobic challenges of swimming, cycling, and running, but also showcased a sharp tactical sense, which allowed her to make strategic decisions during races to maintain her position and secure victories. Challenges and setbacks. Like many top athletes, Emma Moffat faced a number of challenges and setbacks throughout her career. Triathlon is an incredibly demanding sport, both physically and mentally, and Moffat had to overcome several obstacles to maintain her status as one of the world's best athletes. Injury and illness were recurring themes in her career, and she had to battle through both physical setbacks and mental fatigue, which affected her performances at times. In particular, the pressure of competing at the highest level for several years took a toll on Moffat's body. She endured several injuries, including knee problems and shoulder injuries, that required careful management and rehabilitation. However, her resilience and determination allowed her to bounce back after each setback, and she continued to perform at a high level in international events. Additionally, the emergence of new and talented competitors posed a challenge as Moffat's career progressed. Athletes such as Non Stanford, Gwen Jorgensen, and Flora Duffy began to dominate the triathlon scene, and Moffat had to continually adapt her training and racing strategies to remain competitive. Final years and retirement. In the latter stages of her career, Emma Moffatt began to scale back her racing schedule. While she remained competitive at the highest level, she chose to focus on balancing her professional triathlon career with other personal and professional interests. In 2016, after competing in the Rio Olympics, Moffatt officially announced her retirement from elite triathlon competition. Her final years in the sport were characterized by a sense of fulfillment and pride in her accomplishments. Moffatt remained involved in the triathlon community, offering support to younger athletes and sharing her knowledge and experience with the next generation of triathletes.